Hello, good morning everybody. Myself Dr. Umakanta Choudhury. I am working as a professor and advisor innovation and incubation at CBIT Hyderabad, and I worked 38 years in BHEL as executive director for corporate R&D and technology management, and a lot of R&D activity, collaboration activity which I had done there. So, today we are going to have a session on innovation process management. In fact, when we say R&D, innovation or entrepreneurship, everything, so there is a innovation process which has to be managed efficiently. So, how to manage innovation, that we need to see today, and what is the best way of managing a innovation process. So, that part we will go through today. I am thankful to 𝗳𝗧 for giving me opportunity to share my experience, this 38 years of industry R&D experience with you people, and I understand lot of colleges have joined, and it has also been highlighted, it has been being broadcasted by YouTube. So, let's see that we can cover maximum number of points in this 2 hours time, but tomorrow if you have any doubt, anything, numbers will be available, you can contact 𝗳𝗧 or contact me. So, I will be able to help you out. So, today my talk, I will just innovation process management, I will see what are the definition and some basics, and about the innovation processes, what are the analysis, little bit of analysis and assessment we need to do, and some innovation strategy. Normally, when you work in an industry, you want to have a startup, you want to become a innovation expert. So, in that case, you need to have you should know all these processes, and the scope of the objective will be like, first we understand what is the invention and innovation. There are two words, sometimes it is confusing, and what is the need of innovation, why should you do it. Then types of innovation and its objectives, and influential factors, innovation management steps, then stakeholders engagements, idea generation and evaluation, collaboration and cross discipline inputs. This is very important. See, when you are doing an innovation, how do you connect with a network, how do you connect with other institutes, how do you connect with other industries. So, that is very important. So, that there are two types of innovation which will cover, closed innovation and open innovations. Then what are the innovation challenges, innovation process model, something called stage gate model, which normally industries will follow, like when an innovation is happening, there is something called a stage gate model which will follow, and how do you do continuous monitoring and iterations. This is the part which I would like to cover in the. So, let us see what is the house of innovation. Here, if you see here, it is like improving the strategy, then innovation organization and culture, that different types of idea management, innovation development, and continuous improvement. So, finally, the baseline is what is the innovation results. So, that part we need to see. Then when you say what is an invention. So, two words which is there, invention and innovation. So, what is invention? It is not the act of creating a new product for the first time. It is like when you say talk about a wheel, we have some examples to see also. It is creating a new product or creating a new process, it can be a business process. So, it is concept of the idea, what is the concept, what is the depth of that idea, what is the innovative steps of the idea, what is the creativity you are bringing in that idea. So, that decides your invention, and invention will tackle any, it is kind of a technology which will can achieve a practical goal. Finally, there is an invention, like when you say any invention which is there earlier also. So, finally, it has been converted to an innovation and something of practical use at the end. So, and any invention which is new and it is of some practical use, it has got some inventive steps, and it is not known to an average person, the idea cannot come to an average person, then definitely you can take a patent for that innovation, for that invention. So, it is the I would say any idea you get, when you want to apply for a practical application, that is what is, if it is new, it is an invention, or it is the process by which an idea you are converting to a product, I can call it as a innovation. So, let us see the definitions whatever I have told. Innovation is the process of improving or creating a new product which may not be new, but you have just applied your idea, applied your model to create a new product which is of some use to the society, you can sell in the market and which can drive progress. So, it is a practical solution for a problem. What we are seeing, it is a solution to a problem which you are finding in the community, a solution to a problem which the society is facing. So, it is like a solution you have offered and which may be patentable, may not be patentable. The difference, let me bring out the difference between the innovation and invention. It is the improvement or the new application of an existing idea, that is the innovation, whereas the invention, it is the creation of the new idea completely. It is making something better, innovation. So, making something better, more efficient, more useful, but suppose the process which you are using is new, something is new features you have brought in, it again it becomes a part of the invention. But here invention is nothing that was not existing before and you are just bringing in. That is like wheel, the fire, the telephone, the radio, the first time when it came, they are the basic inventions earlier done. But afterwards when you do some incremental innovation, incremental invention, you can also have a patent for that. So, it is like a smartphone when it came in the beginning or a telephone when it came in the beginning, they are inventions. But any features you are adding like a geographical positioning system or you say your fingerprint scanner. So, something like that if you are adding or a LiDAR is being added for a smartphone. So, these are all can become invention and if the process is something new, then it is you can say it is an invention and you can patent it also. So, sometimes it will be patentable innovations, invention is any time which is new and patentable. That is what there are three conditions there again. The whole thing has to be new and it should have inventive steps, it should have some practical applications. When you talk of those points, any average person with average knowledge should not be able to think about it. Then only otherwise no, that is when the examiner he will examine an invention, he sees all these points, then only a patent is granted. When I say innovation, so it is like a product innovation, it is like a process innovation, organizational innovation and business model innovation. So, when you say the product, it is like a new product you are coming out or a product where you are adding some new points in it, some new features in it, some value addition in it. It is like let me give an example, it is like a cell phone basic model when you got, it was not a smartphone, then subsequently smartphone came, you have a back camera added in 2004, I have seen in Japan. So, the camera people used to take, but somebody has thought of why not add a front camera and again you see the camera, the resolutions, the megapixels which has been increasing, so that you can take better pictures. So, slowly people used to camera and phone together. Now, people go with the camera, go with their smartphone. The smartphone camera can be used, can capture any event, whether you say somebody is taking a selfie somewhere behind some scenery is there and you are posting it in your social media or you are storing it for your memory. So, this is what is kind of a innovation which is happening. Process innovation is something like whenever you are following a process, let me say there is a manufacturing process. So, you say let me take one example, suppose from wheat you want to convert to atta. So, when atta is being converted in a mill or from paddy to rice conversion. So, what people do earlier days when you say go to a mill, the rice is taken separately, then separately it will be packed in a bag, but nowadays the process has been improved and the moment it is being milled, from there it is taken and directly packed in a bag automatically, automation of a process or a manufacturing process, a car manufacturing process if you take. So, that way it is like they will manufacture, certain processes are there, certain automations are done. So, these kind of a process, they are process innovation. There are certain organizational innovations. It is like the organization, they are operating in a certain way. You try to bring in some improvements, some changes and cultural changes or system changes. So, they can become the organizational invention or innovations. Then something like a business model innovations. Business model innovation is something like when you say your Netflix, earlier you have to go to a cinema hall to see a picture, but through a Netflix, if you can see the pictures, or there are, if you see that your Big Basket is there, or Amazon is there, Flipkart is there, you do not have to visit the market. So, it is a business model which they have introduced, or a business process. So, they book online and the whole item is delivered in your place. It is like that. Suppose the farmers, they need some fertilizers. Now, they have to go to a shop and they have to buy. They have to come back. Half a day, one day time has to be spent. So, that case, suppose I have a process. They just log in and book it. Somebody delivers at their point. Their time is saved to visit maybe the nearby the town or a nearby market. If you go there, so the time is saved, so that he can utilize that time for farming. So, this is how the new business processes will be there. So, that is how to be done. Now, let me tell about some innovations or inventions, whatever was there. So, invention was a wheel. Wheel was a innovation. It is a radical innovation. It is a drastic change. One of the earliest technology which has enabled transportation, which has enabled the machineries, which has enabled lot of mechanical applications has come up, and which can help the industries, so that to carry out, or the people to go from one place to the other place. Printing press, it is a disruptive innovation, which is like it has spread the knowledge. See, earlier if you see, people were writing by hand and people were putting in some palm leaves and all these things, those things were written. But now, because of the printing press, so it is you can see the schools have come, the books can be distributed. So, these are the kind of things which are happening. Similarly, the telephone, earlier the Morse code was there, it was being transferred. The telephone came, it was definitely a great innovation, great invention, I would say, and it has definitely a radical type of innovation. We will also see what is the difference between radical innovation, what is the breakthrough, all the innovation. Similarly, steam engine, people for transport, horse cart was there, steam engine came into picture. The steam engine, see, the basic principle is the water, we heat it up. See, it is like you would have seen, when in a pressure cooker or a tea kettle, when the water boils, steam comes, the temperature is about 100 degree. And if this, in a closed container, if I boil water, the temperature will go up, pressure will go up, like what is happening in a thermal power plant. The temperature goes to very high. It is something like 580 to 600 or 650 degree temperature, and the pressure is something like 250 atpa or 220 atpa, that is the pressure, atmospheric pressure. So, when I have a steam at that pressure, similarly the pressure cooker, if you see so much of steam with a force, it comes out. So, that has been converted to a steam engine, and the steam engine, now the steam engine slowly replaced by a diesel engine, and slowly then diesel engine is replaced by your electric engine, and slowly then it is like future it is going to be a hydrogen fuel in the future. Similarly, aeroplane, see, earlier the trains were there, the inventions or the innovations in the transportation, if you see, earlier we had normal trains, then we have Vande Bharat, high speed trains, bullet trains which is coming. Then something new invention which is happening is a magnetic levitation. Magnetic levitation, where it can be, the train can float and train can go at a very high speed. So, when I say a normal train, what is happening, my speed was let us say 80-90 kilometers per hour maximum speed. When I say very high speed train, then it is giving 150-160 some of the trains, and when I say bullet train, it can go up to 300-350 kilometers per hour. So, of course, it has been in Japan, China and India, it is coming up. Many places which are connected, particularly one place from, I say, Osaka to Tokyo, when you travel, hardly it takes 2.5 hours time, and it is and you may see when you are going at such a high speed, you will feel lot of vibration, absolutely no vibrations. And whenever only two trains are overtaking each other, then you find something like a little movement, because there is a air drag that time. No, two trains are moving. So, whenever a train is moving, there is a air drag, because there is it is cutting air and going. So, when two trains are by side, that happens, or when it is entering a tunnel. See, earlier if you see the bullet train earlier about 15-20 years back, and now you see the bullet train, the nose part is different, because as they are increasing the speed, what happens when the train is entering a tunnel, there is a whistling sound, lot of sound will come, because lot of air is trapped inside the tunnel, and whenever outside it is moving, the air is displaced. But inside a tunnel, there will be the air is locked, I would say, because there is a boundary. So, just to reduce the noise, just to reduce the vibrations, the nose structure has been changed in such a way that this kind of issues will not. So, that is why lot of innovation, these are all innovation happening, incremental innovation. When you say a train which is there at 2004 I travelled. So, now when you say 2018 I have travelled, the structure is different, lot of innovation, lot of steps it has gone through. There are few companies, leading companies in Japan. So, they manufacture such trains now. The 𝗹𝗶H or this kind of a train is coming up. Then subsequently, when you say a step for further innovation, what is happening? The bullet train is being a magnetic levitated train. The train will float in the air and move, which is already commercial operation in China. So, so it is then subsequent next step which is going to come in future is hyperloop. Mean there will be a tunnel which will be totally vacuum, and whole thing the train will float and move in the, see there is a air drag. How to cut the air drag? So, that I can enhance the speed. Because of air drag I cannot enhance the speed. So, any car you say, any aeroplane you say, the speed will be limited, because the aeroplane when it goes high, the air is thin, but when you are on the ground, you are moving, the density is higher and you get a very air drag is very high. So, to remove that air drag, if I can have a vacuum, float it in the air and you start moving, it can go faster than aeroplane. It can move, lift up and move inside a tunnel. So, this is how the aeroplane, the innovations are happening. Internet, it is a big innovations, internet, because it is getting connected today. We are able to connect to rural colleges and all other places over a YouTube. We are able to transmit the knowledge, the share, the experience, everything. We are able to reach a larger mass rather than earlier limited to a classroom. The microprocessor one, that was another great innovation, where the lot of control strategies, everything can be put in car. It is again a disruptive innovation which has disrupted earlier vehicles, electric vehicle. Again slowly, it is not disruptive, we know, say vehicle is there, but your main drive is changing. Instead of a IC engine, we have now electric motor drive. This car can be electric, this car can be electric vehicle, can be a fuel cell based vehicle also, battery based vehicle also. And the future what you see from 7-8 years from now is going to be hydrogen car. So, now we are burning diesel and petrol, and you will be surprised after a few years to see that diesel and petrol can be, instead of diesel and petrol, we will be burning hydrogen. Now, what do we do? Hydrogen, we have a fuel cell drive, we have a fuel cell built in a vehicle, and in that fuel cell vehicle we give hydrogen, we take oxygen from the atmosphere. Then what is the output? Output is the electron flow, which is normally electric current flow, and water is formed. Absolutely there is no pollution, it is the best one. So, it has got a better advantage, it has got a lot of advantage over conventional vehicle, advantage over electric vehicle, because electric vehicle we have the range, recharging by infrastructure, these are the issues. Whereas, a fuel cell only I have to fill hydrogen, there is a hydrogen filling station, it takes 1 minute or 2 minutes to fill. So, when we talk, this is what the advantage, but the cost is high, fuel cell cost is high, whole cost will go up, because we have not manufactured fuel cells in a very large volume where the cost will come down. But by the time it comes down, the hydrogen vehicle engines, if they are successful. Of course, a lot of people abroad, they are working, India also a lot of work is going on. So, in that case what you see is the hydrogen engine, which will totally remove pollution. But again, the challenge for any innovation has got a challenge, which we will cover again in our lecture sessions, that the challenge is how to produce hydrogen. So, that is also a challenge, and it is not how to produce, you can produce hydrogen at what cost, that has to compare. No, see, you will buy an electric vehicle only when the running cost is low. My return on my investment has to be high, means whatever extra investment I have done for an electric car, I must get back in 3 to 4 years, then only I buy electric car, because otherwise, no, why should? First thing is it is all environmental friendly, pollution it is decreasing, whatever the carbon monoxide, nitrous oxide, sulfur based oxides which are emitted by conventional engine, which is absent here, but I have to charge my batteries. So, what kind of energy I am using there? Whether I am using the energy produced by thermal plants, energy produced by hydel plants, energy produced by nuclear plants, energy produced by solar energy, wind energy, nuclear energy. So, these are all green energies, some of these energy except thermal. Okay. These are all green energies where it does not cause pollution, but thermal power plants, I would say nowadays government has put restrictions, whatever the SOx, sulfur based oxides which is emitted, which is absorbed in the plant itself, the NOx, which is nitrogen based oxides, which are absorbed by a catalytic converter. So, we are cutting down. So, the pollution which is going out, which is being cut down, and future the fuel even for the vehicle, which is the innovation which is coming up, is like I run one engine with methanol or ethanol. So, government also is doing methanol economy by Niti Aayog, Government of India, and ethanol use which is coming up. There is a policy by Government of India. We will see some of the points, we will see there what are the policies, how these innovations are happening. Then photography, your digital camera, smartphone, digital camera, that story, it is everybody knows earlier, no, when you say take a film, then we are printing a hard copy, and that hard copy we are storing, and there is a negative which is stored. Sometimes if you do not store properly, the negative gets spoiled, we cannot take a reprint. So, the hard copy also get spoiled over a period of time. So, this was the problem faced by the people, faced by the society, which the innovation has come, which how do they solve? By a digital camera. Whole thing is captured digitally and stored, and slowly what is the issue in the beginning is that megapixel or the picture quality was not good, dots were there. But nowadays if you see, the digital pictures are very high quality cameras have come, lenses have come, and the phones, know, whenever they are selling new phones, they say 50 megapixel camera, 20 megapixel camera, this is the kind of a things which we have been talking. Smartphone, of course, is a disruptive innovations which has happened, and see, digital camera, Kodak was selling all this all the old version of films and the chemicals, everything, no, is the leader, but it did not switch over because digital camera was a disruptive innovation. So, Kodak lost the business, even though afterwards it has come up with the development of digital camera, but again it is difficult to capture the market. Similarly, smartphones are also there, where innovation R&D, if it does not happen, you will be losing the market. Nokia was there, Nokia had captured the market, everybody had a Nokia phone in the beginning, but since innovation has not taken place, they have not changed over what is the requirement of the market. So, those things have now replaced the market. So, smartphones are coming, you say Samsung or iPhone or Apple, that or many other such phones have captured the market. So, something called incremental innovation, disruptive innovation, radical innovation, process innovation, sustaining innovation. So, these are the few types of innovation which let us see. It is incremental innovation is everywhere it is happening, small incremental changes in the innovation, that is incremental innovation, it is there. Service or a process, when there is a continuous improvement, anybody does it, any supplier, any manufacturer does it. So, if you see a smartphone, you see the I would say the screen, no, lot of type of screens have come, and as you say, the camera is changing. Somebody is putting a 3 cameras, 2 cameras, 4 cameras, all that thing is there, and there is a fingerprint scanner. So, these are called incremental innovation which is happening, but they are not disruptive or they are not radical. But disruptive, it happens whenever the basic phones were changed to smartphones. Disruptive, it is like a as I told you in the beginning, when the smartphone came or a digital camera came, so that was a disruption. The market was disrupted. Lot of people lost job in Kodak because of this disruptive innovation. Radical innovation, it is like something when it is like a totally new product, new theory, which you the process which will transform the product. So, that is a radical, it is at the top. Always we will like to look for a radical innovation, and radical innovation which is again disruptive. Then that company we can make a lot of business. That is why any innovation idea you are thinking, you should see whether it comes to a incremental innovation, it comes to a disruptive innovation, it comes to a product innovation or a process innovation. Sustaining innovation is something like you want to sustain the market, maintain the market, always you have to do a benchmarking with your competitors. So, how the competitors are doing, how the competitors are marketing their product. So, those part you need to see, and based on that you need to bring about changes. Suppose you are making, let us say, let me give an example of a earlier fan were having a single phase motor which is very inefficient, and we had a controller, we had a speed changing device which are having resistances. Subsequently, it was changed to thyristorize based or IGBT based or a power transistor based. So, nowadays what you see, these motors are being replaced by BLDC motors which are efficient, which can be controlled easily, which can be, there is a remote control fan. Now, you do not have to get up by remote control like your air conditioner, like your television, you can do through remote control. So, these are the innovation which is happening. So, when somebody is thinking about innovation, you need to think in the background all these points. It is not that some idea you get, yes, my idea is good, I must go ahead this idea, you must analyze, do lot of homework, that is what is required. Because in industry, when we will take up industry, any project which is taken up, any idea which is taken forward, we need to invest. So, all this has to be analyzed, because lot of money has to be spent, whereas in a academic institutions, we do lot of theoretically many things are done, lot of only time is invested, of course I agree, but when you are investing money as a startup, as a incubatee or as an entrepreneur, so you need to analyze, because lot of money has to go in, and in the beginning sometimes it is a bootstrapping, you do not get funding, even though you get a funding from somebody or you get a seed from the government, but you have to utilize properly, you have to analyze properly, utilize properly, and try to see that outcome is there. If government has invested money, what is that outcome you are giving back to the society? That is what you have to see. It is not that money you have got a seed grant, you have just invested. So, you have to see, unless you analyze properly. Social innovation, of course, you do not expect much profit there. So, you do something for the physically challenged people or assistive technology, or you say for the blind you are doing something, or from very poor people or for the farmers you are doing certain innovations. Do not expect so much of money from there, because that is a challenge, the society is facing the challenge. So, that challenge when you are trying to solve, I do not expect too much of income from there. Sometimes maybe 60 to 80% of the time income may not be much, but maybe 20% of the place, we say 30-70 rule or a 20-80 or 30-70 rule, there 30% we get places will get our return, and maybe 60-70% it is just cost to cost matching. So, it is like a solar powered purifier, if you are making for the village people, you cannot expect to sell at a very high price, or a solar power household system you develop, you cannot get more money. Of course, lot of government is giving lot of subsidy, if people are putting solar panels, lot of subsidy is there for the household people. So, that way your innovation will be useful for the society. Then types of innovation. So, as we have already covered some of the points, it is a product innovation or a service innovation or a process innovation. Social innovation we have just now discussed, and management innovation like organizational innovations, and the degree of novelty, if you see, it is like a radical innovation which is a drastic change, completely new solution or a product. Improving innovation is like a incremental innovations. Routine innovation is like everyday working or every week you are analyzing, trying to bring in some new changes, new features, or so that the product, the cost can be reduced, the time of manufacture can be reduced, or the efficiency which is giving, it can be reduced, the reliability goes high. So, these are some innovation steps when you say time and productivity. So, that should be that orange line what you see here, it is a continuous improvement is required for any business, any innovation you say, any idea you want to convert to a product and you want to have become an entrepreneur. This kind of a line which is required, the innovation leaps, which is very much required for that. And you see what is the step height. If the step height is small, here if you see they are all incremental innovations. Sometimes you need disruptive or radical type of innovation, which is the step is bigger. You may take little time there to do. So, incremental innovation and disruptive or radical innovation for an idea. See, your idea when you are converting to a product through this innovation process management, see, you should go ahead with your idea. But if you feel that radical innovation takes time, do not wait for that. You work parallelly for that. First come out with your product one, go to the market. It is like the early bird catches a prey. The moment you introduce a product in the market in the beginning, you will capture the market, nobody is there. So, it is like when you start introduce, there is no competition, but people will start buying your product. So, recently I give an example, I have given to one of the supermarket, let me not take the name because we are transmitting through YouTube. So, I found this murmura, they call it, it is rice, puffed rice we buy. The puffed, instead of puffed rice, puffed ragi, puffed jawar, all these things were available. I was so happy to buy it. Somebody has thought of, because we are now saying that I will not eat rice, I will not eat atta, something like that, but people were eating earlier. It is not that their food is bad, but the amount of exercise people were doing earlier, now they are not doing. That is why all these innovations are coming. People started selling millets, and people, because a lot of places, lot of fertilizers are used. So, we say organic products which are very costly. So, these are the kind of a or fiber based product which is very helpful to your body. So, these are the kind of innovation, lot of innovations are happening in those areas. So, people can think. So, wherever, see, finally, you have to think about an innovation for which there is a market. If there is no market and you are not able to sell your idea or sell your idea by making a product, then you have invested your time, you have invested either your money or somebody's money, investors' money, or government seed fund you have taken and you have invested. Finally, there is no outcome. See, that every idea will not have outcome. See, if you take 100 ideas, maybe if you see the number of startups, I am coming to that point, why startups fail. This is one thing which everybody needs to analyze. Lot of incubation centers are there, they will have lot of startups, but finally you find only few of them. Let me not take how many percentage are successful, but only few are successful because we have not analyzed their idea. We have not put lot of thought process while finalizing the idea, or we have not used a proper innovation process management to convert their idea to a product. So, that is the reason either the cost is high, or it is not meeting the market requirement, or it is not meeting the product the solutions what you are supposed to give, or technical specification it is not meeting. So, two terms we call, because today because of the time I will not be able to cover those, we call it a problem solution fit and there is something called product market fit or product customer fit, product technology fit. There are many such linkages we can do it, and these linkages will tell you in the beginning if I am able to link, if you are able to make a business idea for a plan, for your idea business plan you make it, and that business plan if you are 100% sure and get it vetted by some of the knowledgeable people in that area, some of the industry experienced people, then the probability of success rate is high. We cannot say any idea being converted to a product will be 100%, but you can only enhance your success rate. That is what is required. So, whenever particularly incremental innovation, it is not that challenging, but when you say disruptive innovation, when you say radical innovations, it's a challenging. As you see here, you see the first line, it is like routine innovation, small baby steps. That is the best way to take these baby steps and try to invent. Below, you are improving innovation, incremental innovation, which is there, routine innovation, what is happening every day. So, that is then you say incremental innovations, which are steps are little bigger, and you are taking certain challenges, you are trying to solve certain challenges. Then we say radical innovation is something like a big step you are taking, a disruption you are trying to bring in there, and the technology you are changing, the idea based on certain principle, that also you are trying to change. As I told you, it is like your electric car to a hydrogen based car. It is a disruption will happen. It is a radical change will be happening, because earlier as I told you, your gasoline you are burning inside a engine, but now you are trying to burn hydrogen inside that engine and trying to take, so that all other parts. So, there is no, when you burn hydrogen, what is the pollution? There is no pollution at all. Because we are going to electric car or a fuel cell based car, because we want to reduce environmental pollution. But this hydrogen based car, if it is after it is proven, see, we can go to market after proving it. Just like that I say in the lab experimental I have done, but I cannot go to the market, I have to prove it. So, that is why they call it a technology readiness level. What level we are? See, when you say start thinking of a idea, it is TRL level 1, and we will go to TRL level 8 and 9. When you say it is going to space, it is running on the road, it is working. So, all that we are selling in the market. So, they will go to 6, 7 and 8. This we will see little later. Then these are all this I told you radical innovation, radically sustaining, radically which is disruptive, then incremental which is sustaining, incremental which is disruptive. See, when I say sustaining means I have to compete with people. Suppose you are a car manufacturer, there are many car manufacturers. So, initially if you see only few ambassador, Fiat, those car manufacturers were there, Maruti came in and there was a lot of competition. Then subsequently so many car manufacturers have come to India. As you see the cost, we get a very good car at a optimum cost sometimes. There is very competitive market, and if you see the car manufacturing company, when you say the car manufacturing, do not think that they are making 10%, 15% profit like that. It is hardly any margin will be there, unless their innovation process they optimize, their organizational innovation is there. So, they cannot make profit. Any vehicle manufacturer, let me tell you, cannot make profit. It is a very competitive market. So, their process they have to totally optimize, lot of thought process has to go in, then only you can make a profit. I am talking about a bigger manufacturers, not small manufacturers who are making scooters. Nowadays electric scooters is made by many people, many small manufacturers, MSME companies, no, they are making, that is different. I am talking of bigger ones. Even MSME manufacturing also, you want to make 10 scooters, 20 scooters or 50 scooters in a month, you will not be able to make much profit the moment unless you scale it up and you offer distinctive advantage. What is, you say that you do the benchmarking, the value proposition, what you call it, compared to other manufacturers. So, whether it is a big manufacturer or a small manufacturer, cost is also a factor. I have to give maximum value to the customer with less cost, then only your product will be. Then we are talking about these innovations. Let us see what is the global innovation index. Something like that, we say how innovative is a country, that is defined by, that is WIPO, that it ranks them. So, it has got lot of inputs, based on that this ranking is done. See, Switzerland, its the number 1 comes to, and right side, no, we have got maybe the visible or not, just see. It is, you can see in WIPO website and all, if you see this details are available. So, if you see Switzerland 67, score is 67.5, the rank 1, 2, 3, 4, and right side, say, and the right side, no, there is a region rank, that we will see what is a region rank, what is a global ranking. So, India was earlier above 40, now we are less than 40, 39, and let us see that how India is improving, that part we will see. And Israel is 15, and China, of course, they are 11, Denmark, Germany. So, they are all, you see, a lot of innovations are happening, and that you can see it is how many patents are being filed. So, when I say innovation process, then I told you it is whenever innovation process is there, when the idea is new, we are coming out with a new product or a incremental innovation, which is also giving a new product. So, those points, no, what you see here, China 1 lakh 16 lakhs 42,000 applications, is 2023 figures. So, this year also will be much higher. Similarly, if I compare United States, it is 5 lakhs, that is 16 lakhs. You see, in China, everywhere, no, they are filing lot of patents. Japan 4 lakhs, small country, is a very small country, is like one of our state. India 64,510, number of lot of improvement has been there. Let us see how these countries have improved in the innovation process from 22 to 23. This I am not comparing for the last 5 years, let us say 22 to 23. China 3.6% increase. Of course, numbers are very high, you cannot expect a very large percentage, US 2.5%. India, if you see, it is 15%, France 3.2%. So, India, there is a big jump, no, 64,000 it has come, and this year I think it will be about 80,000. If you say 15 to 16%, it will be about 80,000 plus. So, so many patents are being filed. India, let me tell you, as I told you, why numbers are there, lot of innovations are there, but we are not filing patents. People, the awareness is less. See, unless you protect your idea, protect your product, tomorrow anybody can manufacture. Of course, inside India we are talking, when you are taking a patent in India, means I am talking about India, it is not protected in China or it is not protected in US, but they cannot take a patent. Suppose India, somebody has introduced US a new product, and I want to take a patent in India, but when you file an application, your application is compared with the US patent also, but it is not protected there unless I filed a PCT applications. So, this is what is the lot of improvements have been there. As you see, region wise India is number 1, and similarly in it is middle income group, India is 1, upper middle is China, high income group it is Switzerland. So, these are this is how the ranking in different income groups, and region wise also if you see Southern Asia, if it is India is again it is number 1.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Please go ahead with your question.
Sir, my name is Priyanka, sir.
Yes,
sir, my
please.
question is, sir, can you tell me some strategies which are used to overcome the barriers in a company which is struggling with resistance to innovation?
Okay, a company, you are from a institute or from a company?
I am from institute, sir.
Institute, yes. See, the barriers to income is, see, like in an institute particularly. So, when you want me to talk with a focus on the institute, you have to motivate lot of students, because you have to give them lot of inputs on innovations and on entrepreneurship and how the innovation steps happen. that clarity has to be done, and you have to give them one idea for which they have to make a technical report, they have to make a business plan, and they have to make a pitching, they have to make a business model canvas, because these are the points which I am telling. If it is there, then lot of ideas will come, and based on that you can do. In an industry, when you talk on industry, the barriers are one is and of course, for the institute, funding is also a barrier, and second is the academics people who are teachers. They have not, they do not visit to industries. What is happening inside a industry, they also are not knowing much, because once in a while they visit industries, they see how things are happening. These students, they go for a internship to an industry, they also have a experience how the industry is happening. So, they pick up how industry is working. So, those innovation, how the innovation is happening, lot of like you go to incubation centers. Of course, again incubation centers, you see startups, you can see the startups, but you must go to an industry, bigger industries, how the innovation happening, interact with the people, interact with the experts there, you get it. So, then you can, taking those inputs, you can break those barriers. Funding is also one of the barriers. I have one slide to tell you what are the challenges for innovation. Similarly, for a industry, the barriers will come that what is the kind of expertise you have. Similarly, as academic institutes, suppose you have lot of industry people employed, like professor of practice, then those people, their expertise can be taken to convert idea to the product, or they will guide which are the ideas to be taken forward, which are the ideas to be not to be taken forward. Because when you get a small idea, you think, yes, this my idea is good. No, it has to be analyzed. As I have told, lot of analysis to be done. Based on that, that idea has to be taken forward. Some investment has to be there, in because now I am working in Chaitanya Bharati Institute of Technology. What we do is, we allow the students to apply for funding for student ideas. This year we got 81 teams applied. So, the funding will be 20,000 to 40,000 rupees. So, what they do, they come and they will pitch their ideas based on the merit of the ideas. So, some guidance, some mentor will be given, and from Idea Lab, you have all the institutes have got a idea development, evaluation and application lab, which can play a very great role in doing the hand holding, the mentors, the experts there, or the coordinators, the teachers. In fact, I would say the teachers have to play a great role. We are teaching them subjects, but you have to teach them also entrepreneurship, because when he joins a career, when he joins any industry, it is not the subject knowledge, it is the other type of knowledge like creativity, business communications, financial aspects, your and your the IPRs. So, these are the things which also is going to make your business communications. These are going to play a lot of role when he, after 5 or 6 years. Something I will call them as a emotional intelligence. There is one some point is there. There is a slide which I will show that, and we will go in detail at that time. So, let me go to innovation areas. So, when some idea is coming, before I apply innovation process, so I would say marketing, whether my idea is towards marketing, suppose like a MBA department, they can come out with a marketing process, and or is it a product innovation like all core engineering department, they can, or even the software engineering people also product. See, I call it a hardware engineering product or a software engineering product. The software engineering product is something like I develop a software, a code, and that code I will apply, put in a hardware, and that hardware can do certain functions. This becomes a software engineering product, or even if it is not put, but it is putting in some server, and that is doing certain activity, that is a software engineering product. So, I can tell that like your ERP is a software engineering product. So, these are the things which category it belongs. Process innovation, when I say different processes we have seen. Let me give another example which comes to my mind. It is like the PV cells, solar cells we are manufacturing. You see a solar panel, it consists of so many cells. How they are manufactured? If I do by hand processing, it will take a lot of time, it will be very, very costly affair. But if I do a automation, I put robots there. It will automatically pick and place, and it goes through a different process. It goes to a vapor deposition technique, it goes through certain temperature processing, within certain gas it will be processed. So, in such cases I can optimize the process so that I get maximum efficiency from a solar cell. This is a process innovation. I have not added anything, but this process, temperature, pressure, or the time of exposures, all that I do. So, I will get a process innovation like other business processes, like that is a technical process innovation. Technology innovation, that is a new kind of a technology which I am trying to introduce. Now, the AI, artificial intelligence and machine learning is a great area, it is a big area which is doing. So, everywhere when you say what I see, this AI and machine learning has got lot of things to do. When you talk of industry 4 and industry 5.0, they have to play a lot of role. Whether my machines have become intelligent, how do I make my machines intelligent? Suppose you, let me take one example of it is a CNC lathe machine which is manufacturing certain products, and it is some tolerance it is maintaining completely. And nowadays CNC machines are there where you can directly put a block, whole thing gets machined, a final product comes out, all drilling operation, everything is done there. But when it is doing, there are certain cutters are used, certain grinding tools are used. So, if I in between, if I check and it can give me a feedback that yes, now your tool you need to replace. So, because your tolerance is may go out any time. So, these are the kind of a innovation based on AI or machine learning, which can be the machine itself can take a decision and give a give an input to the operator, so that he can take a decision. So, these are the kind of a AI ML which will play, and AI ML also will play a role for many rural innovations. That we say today we say your field, what is the nitrogen, what is the nitrogen content in the soil, or what is how much fertilizer you should spray, or the crop is there somewhere, it is the insects have come. And nowadays what the AI, by seeing the picture, by measuring certain parameters, by putting certain sensors. So, these models can be applied where you can decide, your drone can do the functions. You allow one drone to spray the insecticides, and that too you do not have a 1 acre of land, only you see 1/10 of the acre of land is insects are there. Not see, nowadays what is happening, the farmer will go and spray everywhere and come back, and takes lot of time. And if you see the agriculture also in China, lot of innovations are happening, and the number of patents going up, because this AI and ML is going to change the future. So, we need to bring in Indian context, I would say, of course, AICT also has mandated AI ML in colleges. So, lot of exposure has to be given to the students from school onwards, and lot of practical knowledge has to be instilled with the school students, like China is doing. If I have seen 1 or 2 videos in China, it is like just a simple example, let me say how some water you have to lift from the well. So, a person who is reading, who is now in engineering or a school, he will not be able to tell you how to take out water from the well, but we have seen in our childhood days, we have seen how the water is taken out from a well. So, these are small things, all these innovations, they are all taught in the school. Lot of experimentation are done in the school itself. So, people learn, their mind becomes entrepreneurial mindset is developed in the school itself. So, we are trying to see the barriers, we will break the barriers there. So, the moment the person has got developed a entrepreneurial mindset, then automatically things will happen. So, that is why we need to see that these kind of a practical examples and giving them like in the lab model, trying to tell them that you develop a hardware model rather than the software. See what is happening nowadays, people, what I see is people will develop some simulations. There are many softwares, they will make some simulations, they get a result, you can publish a paper, but innovation does not happen. If you see, I still remember our Ministry of Education had say, no, it is like thesis to startup, something like attended one program. It was really very good. When you say in India there are 3,000 PhD or 4,000 PhD, I am not very sure about the numbers, but a lot of so many PhDs are coming out, or 5,000, maybe one university itself may be giving 1,000, 2,000 PhDs. When you count all of them, so many PhDs are coming. They work on a new subjects. How many can we convert them to startups? Can you convert it to entrepreneurship? Can you transfer that knowledge to the industry? So, industry in academics, see, there is a place, no, industry has to spend lot of money. If I take a person for a research, I have to pay him lot of money, because he has to do only research. Whereas in academia, there are a lot of students available and a lot of faculties are available. Some time, suppose they devote some time, and lot of PhD scholars, MTech scholars are available, or BTech, nowadays BTech students are also very smart and very knowledgeable. So, this time can be utilized properly. I would say many products will come out, and that is what the Ministry of Education, the kind of a program they are running, no? They have framed Institution Innovation Council, they have given the Idea Labs, AICT has lot of initiatives, and yesterday as you see, AICT has conducted a tech fest of all Idea Lab were invited. They have demonstrated their products along with the students. Lot of school students were invited, lot of newly alerted Idea Labs, those people will come. So, once such kind of ecosystem is developing, breaking this barrier will not be difficult. And what is the objective? The objective is, first objective as an industry person will see profit maximization. The technical development and all will be there, but first you have to see a profit, because salary is to be paid. Salary has to be paid from the product being developed, salary to be paid when the products are sold in the market. But in academia, see what it starts. Keep in mind, you need not say the profit in the beginning, but you have to see what is the technology we are developing, what is the product portfolio we are developing, and what is the newness we are bringing, and what is the problem we are solving. Because competition, growth, profit, these are all will come only where your product is developed and you become an entrepreneur, or you trying to sell the product. So, and for industry, the job is secured as long as the industry is innovative. And see, you cannot say tomorrow so many people can be removed if the company is not making profit. Big companies also they do that. See, once you say AI is coming, people will lose job. It is not always true, because lot of new opportunities will come. So, lot of new things will come. See, AI has come in many areas, but if you see the energy sector, if you see the hardware sector, lot of equipments are operating. So, those sectors are still remaining. Lot of development has to take place for the AI. So, AI we say it is a generative AI, it is a assistive AI, or it is a transformative AI. The one which is coming up is agentic AI, like a human interface. So, particularly when you say the hardware sector, energy sector, lot of things to be done. So, AI is going to definitely your job opportunities, it is going to increase. It is not only thing is the people who have skills, they will get job. People not having relevant skills, definitely they will have a tough time. That is what is going to be there. Innovation process, why it is important? For academia, for industry. For industry, it is a competitive advantage. For academia, if something new will come out, then you can show many places. You can, whenever the teams, accreditation team is coming, they can see, your students can learn practical things, your students can become industry ready. So, these are the advantages for industry, for academic institutions. For industry, what is the investment I have made? What is the return I am getting? See, unless there is a innovation, I am not getting the return. Increase productivity, I am making, let us say 1,000 products in a month, I am able to make 1,500 products in a month. What happens? Same people, if I am able to make 1,500, I will maximize my profit, increase productivity. That is why I must innovate There should be a process innovation, and there is a positive impact on company culture, because people have a hope. They know that yes, company is growing, making profit, good salary they are getting, and there is a good career path. So, unless there is a innovation, we are following a proper process for the innovation, then this kind of a positive impact on the company culture, employee morale, increased productivity, return on investment, competitive advantage, because you have to compete. You see how the car manufacturers are competing, how the mobile manufacturers are competing. You must see that how it is happening. So, that every point of time, any product you say, tomorrow another company has made similar product. It is like if you see the COVID time, the mask, initially few days mask was not available. Afterwards, many companies they came out. So, but as long as COVID was there, they were successful. Okay, they were able to sell. But the moment COVID has gone and there is no culture of using a mask except you go to a hospital or some other place. So, this kind of a sometimes risk is there. When you say risk management for any product or for a company, when I do risk management. So, there is a risk. Some companies have to close down, some companies have to cut down their price and make the business. So, that way if you see, we will see what are the market risk, what are how the product fails, that also we will see. That is for the industry or academia. What is happening to the society? See, when a lot of developments are there, my product cost comes down. If only one company is making and it is not a very cost efficient process is making, there is no benefit for the society, benefit for the consumers, benefit for the people. So, what is the society benefit is there if I can get the product which is very efficient, product which is reliable, product which is meeting my requirement, product which is solving my problem at a optimum price. That is what a person or the society is looking for. So, that is why my innovation process management have to connect that point. So, if I am able to connect, I will be definitely successful. That is why when you go as a startup, you go as an entrepreneur for some investment either to a bank or to a venture capitalist, he will see all this, how your business is running, how these are all connected, what is their growth, what is your plan. So, then only he will invest in your company or invest for your product. So, job opportunities will go up. If lot of, because when you are developing new products, you are trying to become, one thing is self-reliance for the country. Second point is you can export, lot of things can go out. Then when you try to export, you earn money, lot of foreign exchange is earned. So, that way it is better that we export lot of things, something new we develop, something unique things we do, which is can be disruptive or which can be even a incremental innovations. You can see, let me give an example. See, earlier this mosquito traps, just a household thing example I am giving you. So, it is like now a torch light is built in. Suppose you give a socket for your mobile charging, your college bag is there. Some company can come up, they will put a power bank inside, give a charging point there. So, that you first thing is you never forget your power bank, you go to college for 6 to 8 hours and travel time if I say 8 to 9 hours. So, you can recharge your phone. Then second is there are many such things which are coming, then only they can sustain the market. These are the kind of innovations, otherwise how do you compete with the market? So, and such things will create lot of jobs, increased well-being. It is like lot of health tech devices. Let me come to when I am talking of health tech devices, you see how many steps you have worked, or what is my BP measuring instruments. Nowadays, you say lot of people are coming out with innovations where you are where you can, by seeing your retina, by seeing your eye, by taking a picture, you can tell whether the eye is affected. So, these are the kind of these are the kind of innovations, health tech, lot of health tech devices, lot of innovations are happening. See, nowadays the oxygen concentrator, it was like COVID time. Now also a lot of people make oxygen concentrator. The BP making machine, what you say, your SpO2 meters, what you people do? People are trying to built in a smartphone, and your smartwatch nowadays has got a BP. Suppose you have a BP, you are wearing a smartwatch, you can see for the last 7 days what is my blood pressure. So, maybe it is not very accurate like a doctor will check, but it will give an index instead of 200 by 100, or it is like it can be 130 by 80, 90, little bit 5% this side, that side, or 10%. But yes, we will take up the phone. Somebody has asked. Yes, please.
Yes, sir. I am Deepa from Hyderabad calling, sir.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Sir, actually, I am a 4th year student.
Yes.
I have an idea about business idea about agricultural related products launching.
Yes.
So, could you guide me the process of launching a startup, sir?
Yes, we can definitely do. My number will be there here. You can note down my number in the here. I can give you my number. You can contact us. We have got a AICT Idea Development Evaluation and Application Lab. Any student from any college from Hyderabad, he can come and join. We will do the hand holding. We will tell you how to launch your startups, what are the steps for launching a startups, and first of all, we will try to refine your idea, refine your business plan, and we will tell you very clearly whether you should go or not. We should invest your time and money for that or not. If it is so, we will try to give you the changes or the modifications to be carried out for your idea, and we will do the hand holding, because if I start explaining your thing, other points I cannot cover. So, we will definitely, please contact us. My number is 9985306575, and at the end of the slide I will show you my number and my email ID. You can also note down, and LinkedIn, if you search Dr. Umakanta Choudhury, you will find it in LinkedIn. So, you can definitely contact us, and no issue. Any student from any college of Hyderabad, outside Hyderabad, any innovators are welcome to CBIT, and we will definitely help them. Then resource optimization. So, when you have certain resource, that how to, if you have got an industry, I have got certain resource. Resource is nothing, only man, or not man, it is a human resource. It can be machineries, it can be raw materials, it can be my shipping, it can be my all transports, it can be many other things. Okay. So, that is what is the resource. So, how to utilize this resource properly, and there are, see, if I have let me say I am a rural entrepreneur, and some kind of a thing which rural product I want to manufacture. If I do in a city, let me say tomato sauce is to be made, example I am just giving. If I do in a city, all tomatoes I have to transport from villages to city, or a milk product I want to make. My factory I put in Hyderabad, and then I have to transport from 4-5 hours distance to Hyderabad with a air conditioned all my tanker. But instead, I go to the place like Amal. I go to a place where all the milk, a lot of cows are there. So, there I put my factory. Prawn is to be exported. So, I go to a place where prawn is captured. Prawn, they catch the prawns. I will go there. I will process the prawn there. Then I will send. So, and I will utilize the resources. And suppose I put a factory at some village which is 4 hours from Hyderabad. It is better that nearby youth, you try to train them and put them as a worker. You might have heard Zoho Corporation. It is very interior. Lot of youth they have taken, and it's an example. If you search Zoho Corporation in the internet, and it is an excellent example how the resource utilization has to be done. All the local youth are taken and they are trained, they become a part of it. See, there are two things you say. You don't have to pay very high salary, because you have to take a person from city to the village, first of all for him to stay there, manage there, get adjusted there, it takes time. So, that way you need to see. So, resource utilization is very important. Environmental sustainability, whenever any packaging you are doing or any process you are using, or you are converting to a product by which the waste what you have created is harmful to the society. A chemical which you have created is not useful to the society, it is very harmful to the society. Useful, if it is not useful, it is fine, it should not be harmful. So, this kind of a thing it is has to be like now paper bags for your reducing the use of plastic bag, or the plates which is made of leaves rather than using the plastic plates, or using a plate where the plastic cover is there. Nowadays, you see a lot of paper plates where there is a small thin layer of plastic is covered. So, what is that we are doing? But see, we are saying paper plate, but on that paper we are giving a plastic coating. You are taking a cup of tea, a paper cup, but there is a plastic coating. So, you need to think that how it is to be managed, then it is to be that innovation process. So, need for innovation is a value addition, and creativity and innovation as a functional value is very important. Creativity, it is like the tangible, see there are intangible benefits, there are tangible benefits. So, when the customer buys our product, he sees what is my tangible benefits, what is the return on investment, functional value, whether the need, the practical needs is fulfilled. Suppose you want to example, let me give you an example. Nowadays, the robot which is cleaning the house, it is popular, and we have a LiDAR technology there, and we buy that, we will map the house. So, all the corner points it takes, it moves in the, when I am trying to map the house. So, it will go to every rooms, then it maps. Then finally, when I say clean command, it goes and cleans. Then afterwards wiping command, it will, or sometimes it will clean and wipe parallelly. Of course, Indian type of wiping system, the water wipes are different. See, when you say now, we see every room the water should be changed. It is not, it will not do that. Whatever little water it takes, with that only it will wipe every place, but it brings back and puts back in the system. So, lot of functional values are there. So, whether it is meeting and the reliability of the product, and it is like how easy to use. So, these are the factors which will be there. Expressive value, this is one value. So, when you try to say a culture or say that aesthetic value of the beauty or a social value, so product is attached with whenever. So, these are you have to remember. Suppose when your product is in this type, so all this what is there. And certain point if you see, when your any product is there, see there are some entrepreneurs, there are some companies, the product sells by the name, because they have created that brand. Once you talk about, because I do not want to take, because it is being transmitted through YouTube, in a classroom of course it is different, but it goes by their brand. They feel that this is one company which does lot of CSR activity, lot of money goes for improving the lives of the people, and not too much commercial, because without being commercial no entrepreneur can run the company. You have to make profit because you have to pay your people, but lot of money goes for social cause. So, such cases they have created such a brand, any product they introduce. Of course, their products they check, their business model is different, and they introduce. I will give you one, when it came to a business model, I will tell you on business model is like, it is like your McDonald or your any other such company, you know, when you say KFC. So, there is a different business model there. Or if you see Tata's Judio, maybe some of you who have visited Judio, a lot of places you find there. It is a good, very big showroom they have opened. What is the model there? They do not own that land, they do not own those things there, only they will put their people and they will sell the product. They do not manufacture the product, they have already having some agreement with certain product manufacturer who are good product manufacturers. They get their product, they sell it, the person who is giving the land, infrastructure, everything, he gets a percentage out of it. So, it is expanding. You are able to expand in a faster way, because you are not investing. The investment is the land, the investment is the infrastructure, the investment is managing that place, but you are only putting your people, you are putting your manpower, and you are putting your business process. So, then only you are able to make those profit. Of course, any business process, any innovation you have, you must have a creativity, otherwise no, your product will not be successful. The key benefits, if I say, if your product is good, you can charge a higher price. You can see some of the cell phones, you are paying more and buying. It is because they are having better efficiency, more reliability, better security, all these things. Or you say they are very fast in operation, or they are AI based phones. So, these are the kind of a thing, no advantage we get. So, they are created a difference between their competitors and them. So, when we have a product, we have some idea, we are converting to a product. In that process management, I have to see what is that difference I am going to create compared to my competitors. There must be benchmarking. That is why whoever is converting to his idea to a business must have a business plan in the beginning. You may say, I am only researching, why should I have a business plan? Without a business plan, do not enter, because business plan will tell you how to enter. There are different ways of making a business plan, which we will not be able to cover here, but that you must do. Your mentors or some people know who are giving lectures on the business plan, they will be able to learn from there, or through internet we can see, or through a book we can read. So, if I see, there are three things: originality, what is the technical specification or the property of the product, and what is the benefit it is giving to the customers. So, finally, if I am able to focus on these three things, then I have done a customer satisfaction. I will be able to enter my customer segment, or I will be able to enter the market. Okay. Because the benefit what the customer, when he wants to buy a product, so he will see what benefits he will get, because his similar products are available in the market, or you have a process, similar process is available, why should you buy? That is why when you go to market to buy a TV or a washing machine or a microwave, we will compare all the technical specifications to buy. So, when you want to develop a product, so customer who is buying, he will be doing that. So, unless you are successful in creating those points which will help you to sustain your market, then will be successful. This, what are the characteristics? Because inventions are important, because finally you can say AI cannot make so much of inventions. So, it is all human brain is required. Slowly, if you train AI for different things and you provide a lot of data to the AI, then it may do, it will solve your problem. But whether the solution the AI has given to you is correct or not, who is going to check? Human being is going to check. So, finally, your human brain is the most powerful. You will be able to decide and tell, yes, this is correct or not correct. AI has generated a script. You have to check and read which sentence is correct, which sentence is wrong, because whatever data I have given to AI, based on that it is generating. For a regular thing it is fine, but for something new where I have not given that kind of input, slowly AI is learning, becoming more and more powerful, more and more data is given. Originality and novelty, that is very much required, otherwise otherwise anything we do, somebody is doing, and I do not give a value addition, I do not have originality, I will not be successful of the market. Functionality, then potential for impact. So, significant contribution to the society, industry and the field if the product can make. So, it is making, then people will know, and legal protection is required, as I told you, for patenting. When you are making a product, innovation process, this is also a part of the innovation process. Do not think that legal is something else. Many people, when you talk, they say, no, I have not filed the patent. I will see afterwards, after developing the product. It is not so. While developing the product, when you see there is something unique, there is something, there is an inventive step, or there is something innovation I have here, which is not there with other things, you need to cover. So, then you must have a patenting you should do. Then what are the influential factors? These are, there are external influence and internal influence. There are many things. Let me, because since time is short, we will go to the slide here. Directly we will go to the external and internal influences. See, when your product or a services is there, what are the internal? The blue color one is your internal factors. What is your R&D team? How much is your team? How much you have motivated your team? And how you are managing your human resource? How you are managing your quality? What is your company strategy? And what is the production technology you are using? It's very important. What people think, मैं कैसे भी बना लूँगा product. Anything they want to manufacture, they will say 3D printing. 3D printing is not always a solution. For certain things, it is a solution. Like you want to come out with a number of products, number of designs. Then how do you do? Change the design. Because you need a tool to manufacture your certain components. You see the car components. Each component is of special design. So, each component has a tool. Then you want to develop that kind of a model. Then you need to manufacture a tool. Normally, how a tool is manufactured? You take some wood or some other thing which has to be as per the drawing, it has to be manufactured. So, that becomes a tool which can be used. Or you want to make a casting, you will make a first you will make a tool, and in that you have to make a casting, then you have to pour material and do it. This is how it is done. But this process takes lot of time. But 3D printing, if you can utilize, then your tool can be manufactured in no time. You have a drawing, you have a 3-dimensional drawing, tool is manufactured in no time, and you can make number of designs and test those designs. Or first of all, you can have a 3D printed product to check. Example, let me give an example. You are making a very complex gearbox for electric vehicle, let us say. So, you can do a 3D printing and assemble it, check it, because product is not just to make and say so that it is my product, because again no, there is a space available, there is a weight which is allotted, and there is a cost which has been allotted, which Japanese people they call it target costing. When we want to take it was 2004 when I was attending some of the sessions in Japan for how to develop an innovative product. So, they call it a target cost, but India, as I see nowadays we follow, in the industry you are following what is my target cost, what price I am going to sell. Point starts from there, not that now first I will make the product, cost I will decide afterwards, no. It is what is my target cost, what is the cost being for others, then work backward, what is the kind of a components I will use, what is the kind of a technology I will use, what is the kind of a process I will use, what kind of a R&D I need to do, what is the kind of a production technology I will use. So, that will decide your product different manufacturing process. So, target cost, and for each component I must have a cost assigned. Any startup, you are making a product, this process management, innovation process management, I must decide this is my cost of this part. Your part cannot cost more than this sensor you are using. I will allot only 300 rupees or 500 rupees for sensors. I will allot so much of things for this control board. I will allot so much of money, then my product cost is, let us say, 10,000 rupees. It cannot exceed 10,000 rupees. If the material cost is 10,000 rupees, you cannot sell your product at 10,000, because your manufacturing process is there. You have got a rent, you have got a electricity bill, you have got a telephone bill, you have got a transport bill, you have got that shipping bill. So, and warranty guarantee cost. It is not that product is ending there. So, my innovation process when I do, I have to add all these things, see what is my target cost which I can go to market, what should be my estimated factory cost, calculate backward. If I do all these things, my probability of failure will come down, because I know only the technological problem I have to solve, but the pricing problem, my market entry, which I have decided and I will be try to meet. But after developing the product, you find you cannot enter the market because of the cost or because of certain features you have not done. So, that kind of a error you can avoid. That is what these are all challenges which has to be seen. And you see the outer one, it is a market segment, it is the business, the customer structure, the cooperation, legal framework. See, when I give a product, there are certain legality involved. Suppose you give a car, the car disintegrates. So, the whole thing has to be tested thoroughly. You are developing an electric vehicle. The roadworthiness, who will decide? You have to go to ARI, which is a part of funding was given by DHI, and this is at Pune. So, you have to take your vehicle there, they will test it, each component they will check, and they will tell you roadworthiness of your vehicle for your product, or you are developing a battery system, you are developing a motor, or you are developing a controller, or you are developing a battery management system, anything you are doing there. So, or complete vehicle. So, those decisions are to be taken, has to be tested thoroughly. That is why when you say design thinking process, or see, that is also innovation process management completely. So, in fact, when you talk of innovation process management, it is the idea generation to the market completely, it happens. See, that is what I was saying, idea generation, then you are developing a concept, and there you are trying to see, idea generation itself is a big topic, how you generate your new ideas. So, only thing is, when you are seeing this is my problem, then I start thinking what is my idea, or many of the people, they start thinking in a company, or if you are a group of people, like minded people, you start thinking, you come out, there are 5 friends, they can come out with 5 ideas, and these 5 ideas you can see, and you can work on that and see which idea is better, which idea is second best. So, like this you have to analyze, and based on this analysis only you have to come out with which idea you will take it to concept development. Once the concept evaluation is done and you select a concept which is good, and in an industry normally there will be committees which will see what are the concepts they have come, when there is a brainstorming session, this is the idea, this is the concept, and they will come out with a complete write up covering many of the points as today what we have been discussing. That is analyzed, they will say, okay, this concept can be converted to a product. They will give funding, and you start developing the prototype. Once the prototype is done, it has to be tested, and then you say that it has to be launched. In between this all complete process, and this is a big process, what we call it a design thinking process, maybe we will see this next time. And when you are working for the development or innovation process, you must have a project plan. This is very important. Any product you are developing, any idea you are converting to a product, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, or a big product, it can be 6 years. Even a Boeing, when they manufacture a new plane, they have a project plan. It is not one page, it can be hundreds of pages, okay, thousands of components, 20,000 components. So, a small product may have around 30-40 components, a bigger product can have 500 to 1000 or 2000 components, still bigger product it can be 2000 to 10,000 components. So, these components, then different levels are there in that case, project plan. For a small product, maybe 2-3 pages will do, 20 to 30 activities which will need to monitor. Whereas, in a bigger project, there will be so many, maybe there will be 20 to 30 major activities, whether these major activities can be broken down to again further sub activities to be again broken down to sub activities, then all are linked. So, through a process you link it, that suppose you item 1 has to be manufactured first, then item 3 to be manufactured, item 1 and 3 will form item 5. So, they have to come together. So, if you see here it is like the blue color is there, orange color is there. So, there is a start time, end time, start time, end time, and you may find some of there are dependencies, and two things concurrently can be done because they are not dependent with each other. So, you say series activity, parallel activity, like that when you work out. So, you will come out with a PERT chart where with a minimum time you are able to come out with the product. So, in your innovation process management, you must have in the back of the mind how I am going to have a project plan for my product to be developed from idea to till market. And this is about ideation, brainstorming, how to get new ideas. So, those things how you do it. See, you must get a customer feedback. Customer engagement is very important, stakeholder engagement. When I tell it is a stakeholder engagement, this I had seen in Japan in 2004, when they say that product they want to develop, they first go to customer, they take a customer feedback, and based on that feedback, they will try to work and try to develop a product. And when they develop a product, there will be different product has got, let us say 10 assemblies, there will be 10 such groups which will be working. It is not that here it is my product, my project, it is that word is not there. It is all our product. There is a team, and the team is well defined, and sometimes there is a HR person in the team to see that where is a manpower requirement, whether the people are linking their ideas with each other, where there is a teamwork, if there is any issue. So, it is taken to the higher ups. This is how the team works. And second point is, when you say in an industry, everybody is defined with competencies. So, when you are having, you want to develop, you want to produce, go through a business process or a innovation process, and there are 4 people or 6 people in your team. So, you need to see that what is their competencies. So, during brainstorming, you have to see that people who are to be involved in the brainstorming, and second, you have to involve to the customer, the stakeholders, the users, and the market, the government officials, everything feedback you must take. Feedback is very important. Like, let me give an example here. Recently, some of my students have developed a application 𝗳𝗧 for visually challenged students. Okay. So, who are my customers in that case? People who are not having vision. So, where I can find such more people? If I go to a school, there will be 400, 500 students, or if I go to a hospital where a lot of blind people they come, or I go to a place where lot of such groups are there. So, when I am developing, I cannot decide everything in the institute or industry, because this is something like a social innovation. I must go there, whatever product I develop, I take there, I explain there, I demonstrate there, take their feedback, or sometimes give a free install. If it is application, you install. If it is a hardware product, give some 20 products. If it is application, put it in their 20 such mobile phones. So, they give you feedback. Okay, you have thought of certain things. So, stakeholder or the customer feedback is very much required. So, then you can only improve your product. So, it is like normally early stage users sometimes this is before developing a product. Even after developing a product also, you have to go with your product. So, that initially you have taken a feedback, based on that customer feedback you are developing a product, because most of the requirement, most of the specification told to you by the customer is taken in your product. You are trying to give a solution with your product. So, that way that time the failure chances will be less, or you are developing a product which is version 1, version 2 there may be a minor change. So, there is a it is like when I say innovation process development, there is a process when you say that is a hype, and the moment people develop a small thing, we give in newspaper, we put it in social media, and we say successful, but by chance people do not accept, customer do not accept, there is a failure, it is a great failure, because such things you have to be very sure when you are trying to enter the market. You have seen that all the points you have taken, just like that don't go to market. See, unless you are fully proven this process, innovation process, don't go to market and just start selling a product which is incomplete, I would say. So, stakeholder engagement is very important. This I will just skip because these are to be, see, the stakeholders, who are the stakeholders, owners, customers. See, if it is a company, your employees are also your stakeholders. Call them for a brainstorming session. If you are a startup, those 5 people, you call them. So, you also do a, not that you are the lead and your decision is final. You cannot do that. So, you have to talk to your co-founders, you have to talk to people who are already joined your company working as employee, take their feedback. Similarly, supply chain is one thing which I am just not covered here. You want to make a product, certain material you want to use, what is the supply chain? See, finally, that is going to decide your price. Supply chain is very, very important. How I can buy the product the least price, the components at a least price, then my sell price will be less. Or I am developing, you see the Apple example I will take. So, all the hardwares, no, it is their design, they will manufactured by some XYZ, software part, all the other control part setting, all that they keep with themselves. Whereas, all other things are made by others, many of the companies based on their specification. If I see Toyota, the chassis and the engine is made by them. The gearbox is from another company which work very closely with Toyota. They will give the specifications, they will tell what is to be done. So, if you want to manufacture everything in your company, sometimes it is not possible. You cannot make at a low price. So, your supply chain is very important. Your vendors, people from where you are buying, you do not call them as a vendors, they are partners. So, those people you have to have a MOU that this is your price when I go to market. If I get, see, normally government company cannot follow, no, it is like you go by the lowest tender basis who is technically suitable, whereas the private people, no, they can decide, they can take thing, they can decide. Even government also can decide these are the 3 vendors at one price which is fixed, L2 and L3, which will be at L1 price. So, because in the transparency has to be there for any government company, no, the transparency has to be there. Whereas, in a private company, transparency also is required for the management, and you have to decide a price where you have to be, because you have to tell that this is the price I will get. What they will do is, for the price is fixed in the beginning, component price. Otherwise, no, tomorrow they will say I will increase the price, then it is a problem. Similarly, when you are buying these companies, see, all the CPUs are made by 1 or 2, 3 companies only. So, when I say I will buy 10,000 CPUs from you or a 1 lakh CPUs from you, they will say this is the price. That is why you need to have MOUs. That is why when you say a business process, just it came to my mind is, when you say a new phone is released, you buy from Amazon or a Flipkart or such some Chroma or something like that. In the beginning when it is released, the price is low. Same thing you want to buy from the market or something, no, it is price is slightly higher. So, when you try to analyze why it is so, because when something is released, if I order 10,000, this is again a business process, 10,000 from a manufacturer, I say this is the price I will give, all middlemen, everything is removed. So, this is the price I will give you, I will market it. So, then you are able to reduce the price, you are able to capture the market. You just imagine if you order 20,000 phones at one time, get at a lesser price and you are able to go to market 5,000 rupees less. But instead of making a profit of 10,000 rupees, you have made a profit of 5. I am just giving an example, it may not be exactly true. So, but 20,000 phone you have sold, you say huge number, profit is high. So, this is the kind of a business model which comes out, this is the kind of a business model innovation which happens for a process. Or similarly, for a company, when you get a order for so many numbers, then you have automation, everything, you know, for next 1 month, 2 months, I will only manufacture cell phone, and you know what spec you will make. You will not make so many versions. You say this is the model I will be manufacturing. So, one line like that, no, it will be fixed for that customer. Community, environment, government, civil society, NGOs, these are all very, very important when you say the influence, when you say this, I will skip it. When you get lot of ideas, how do you prioritize ideas? See, then when you get lot of ideas in the innovation process, what you say? You have to rank those ideas. Beginning, you cannot say I will reject those ideas and these are ideas good, I like it. There is no fixed rule that way to say that how many you should accept, how many you should reject. So, it is like you say that these are the ideas, I say I will rank them, and relevance, strategic relevance, and the concept, what will be the price. So, that is why some ideas will be the top, okay, which is some ideas are disruptive, some ideas are incremental development for solving a problem. So, you have to see what is the price I will offer, what is the price I will get, and what is the kind of resources I will utilize. So, based on that you have to filter the ideas. So, when you have got the, as an entrepreneur, you have got lot of ideas from your group, or any startup, he has 20 ideas, then he has to, this is the kind of a diagram where he has to see that how to analyze. That is why this analysis is very, very important. Two models for innovation process. One is a open innovation, other is a closed innovation. The left side diagram, what you see, the blue color one is a closed innovation, the right side, the orange color is a open innovation. So, when you say a closed innovation, any process, I am talking about the innovation process. Closed innovation process is something like, when you say, it is like taking a project in a college. I am only doing, I will only do no interaction with other people, let us say. I am just setting one example, people can have interactions, but so it is limited interactions. Yes. So, when you are talking of closed innovations, it is like a company which everything will be all development, everything will be happening inside, because see, when you say something important development is happening, you do not want that your competitors should know. So, you will be doing the development. So, whatever the facility, resources which is available inside, you will use it. Sometimes they connect to industries, will connect to some academia, because academia is not their competitors. So, they will connect, you get some inputs, because again there will be restrictions that you should not publish papers, you cannot tell in conferences about this, or even if you want to publish, it should be in general nature, not telling, giving the data what company which is of confidential nature. Yes, go ahead with your question.
Yeah, sir, my question is, I am a final year student.
Yes.
So, first simple one is how to start a startup.
Yes, yes.
And what is the approach for the big companies, MNCs in innovation, sir? As two questions, sir. One is how to start a startup.
Can you repeat them again?
Yeah, first one is how to start a startup company.
Okay.
And what is the different approach of MNCs in innovation, sir? That's the second one.
Okay. See, coming to the first point, how to have a startup, it is like entrepreneurship. So, see, you should have one idea, good idea, which, see, the process which I have told. So, this is the process it has to go through, it is like a screening, all the tests it has to go through. Suppose it has passed through, and you are trying to see that a product, definitely you are sure of a product. So, do not register a startup in the beginning, I would say. You register as a private limited company. Suppose you want a funding outside, from outside, then unless it is a private limited company, nobody will do the funding. So, you register as a private limited company, then you can apply for a startup registration to TPIIT, startup registration. For that also there is a procedure, and once you do that, these two things, you become a registered startups. For a private limited company, you have certain expenditures, because there should be 2 directors for their digital signatures, for their all the your GST, many things are there. So, those people, there are people who will help. And let me tell you, we also have a startup at Chaitanya Bharati Institute of Technology. He is one of our ex-student with one of our NIT, I think Calicut, one student, they have a startup. So, they help people to register their private limited company and startups. So, they are just like you, one I think he was studying in 4th year, he must be passing out, and our boy is already from CBIT, he is a passed out student. So, these processes are there, no, they will see, you can go to any CA to do it, but their charges are bit high, because startups cannot pay so much of money. So, we can enable you for your registrations for private limited company and startup registration. Once you get a startup registration done, you get lot of advantage, like if you are making a product and selling. So, you like your patent filing, you get a priority, you get a reimbursement at a lesser price, you file your patent, lot of funding opportunities will be there. Second is, suppose your company grows, you get lot of turnover and it is an innovative product. So, 3 years of tax concession government gives, for which you have to apply, it has to get cleared by a committee. So, these are the advantages you get, but unless you are very sure of the product, you want to go to market, because and let me tell you, the moment you register a private limited company, every year for the register of companies, you have to file a return. What board meetings you have done, then what is your company is doing, what is the income tax, your GST filing, all these things, some account fellow will do, for which you have to pay some money. So, unless you are sure of the product, do not register. There is a Udayam registration which does not cost money, it is a MSME registration. Again MSME has enabled, it is only your PAN card and your Aadhaar card is enough. So, but it is a sole proprietor, only one name will be there, you are the sole proprietor. Here you can have partners, private limited company, but the sole proprietor company getting a funding, nobody will fund, because in a private limited company, it is a registered company with a register of companies. So, you will get funding easily, not easily means, and funding is possible, not that you just register a company will get, but as I told you, you have a proper business plan, you have a proper technical report, then all this process you have done, make a nice report of 40-50 pages, present to a funding agency, then they will think of. And just like an idea, never go with an idea to a funding agency, at least make some progress, make a first prototype. It may be a minimum viable product, they call it MVP. Then register a company, register a startup, then you can do it. So, when you say open innovation model, where you can take inputs from outside and some of the information will flow outside. That is why 2 or 3 companies, 2-3 startups, they can join hands, they can develop. Somebody is good in, somebody is let us say good in software, somebody is good in hardware, somebody is good in electronics. So, like that people can join hands and they can develop, and you can have a MOU where you say this is the percentage, that is the percentage, all that you need to decide, or you are taking an institution, we have to file a, if nobody wants a business in that case from outside who is joining with you, then you have to have a memorandum of understanding and a non-disclosure agreement signed, so that you do not disclose. These are all some idea generation technique. Because of time constraint, I am just keeping the concept. There are certain innovation risks, I showed. Can be a technology failure, for which you are developing a product, there can be a technology failure. There can be a financial strain, because you do not have money, you have an idea, but you do not have money, and everybody seed funding and all, sometimes it becomes so difficult. And there can be, you are developing a product, there is a market failure, because you have not taken the data properly. In the innovation process, when you say stakeholders, you have involved, taken input, so there can be a market failure. You have developed a product, but you do not have money to establish a company to produce this product and sell your products in the market. So, that is a lack of implementation, and there are some risks, because see what has happened in an organization, you put all your money in a in one new product, but you have some routine product, okay, that you should not neglect. In that case, no, there also you will be losing. There can be unpredictable risk. See, so there are some policy changes, certain things are there, no. So, that also can be. See, there is a management, no, when you say innovation process management, technology push and technology pull. See, whenever a technology or a product which is required by the market, so market will pull your product, but you are developing yourself with a new technology, you want to enter the market, then you have to go on telling this is the new technology, what advantage it will give you. So, that way that comes the lean startup model. It is like a startup, no, they cannot come with a prototype which has meets minimum specifications, because you cannot invest more money. So, that is a lean startup model. Phase gate process, we will see, there is a diagram, we will see that when you are developing, going through this innovation process, it is not that when you start you should go to market, no. In between there should be a check. You find that your innovation is not going properly, and there are setbacks, you are not able to meet the specification, technology wise you are failing, and you say marketing, whatever you had thought of, it will not happen. So, there is a checkpoint, shall I go ahead or not? So, you should go ahead or not. So, in that case what you see is a phase gate process is followed, and this is what is the stage gate model. What you see here, gate 1, gate 2, gate 3, idea development, you see there is a problem, you are finding a solution, idea you are developing. There itself, if you find these ideas are not suitable, stop it there. Go for again ideation, not that some ideas I should take it forward, no. Stage 2, it is concept, whether the concept is proper or not. Some ideas you have gone, and you, when you are developing the concept of the system design, you find something is wrong. So, you stop there, again go back or reject the total thing. Similarly, you have to make a business model, a business review. It is going to be the time. So, with this I think I will complete it, because there are few things, maybe on 22nd again I think some sessions will be there. Few of the things I will cover during that time when I am talking of entrepreneurship, rural entrepreneurship, and some of these points. So, this is how different stage gates are there for ideas to whether I should go ahead or I should stop. So, that is a checkpoint here, and when I was talking of this, the last I think slide will make it. When I am developing an idea, so it is a technology readiness level 1, 2, 3, 4. First one, the top one is a technology readiness level. So, when it is a 1 or 2 or 3, when I go to technology readiness level 5, 6 and 7, you can see in the diagram 7, 8, 9 means I can go to market. 1, 2, 3 I am in the lab level, 4 and 5 I am trying to demonstrate, 4, 5, 6, 7 onwards I can go to the market. So, that is why government thing or academic institutions, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at that point, because they do not proceed beyond that. That is why these things are not seeing the market, because of they are not processing it further. Whatever product they are developing, they are not able to, sometimes they are not able to go to market. I think these are some of the challenges I will see. This is one point I want to show here. Whenever you have a team, there is a innovation lead, there is a product designer, there is a engineer or a developer, there is a business analyst in your team, all are there. Then there is, these are qualities, these are the competencies: creative thinking, problem solving, technical expertise, prototyping, business acumen, market research, then your funding and the grants, who can get, pitching and is very important. How do you pitch your idea? Networking, collaboration, legal, IP. So, innovation lead. Then red one means this expertise is a must for the fellow. You see, product designer. So, creative thinking, prototyping is a must. Engineer, developer, problem solving and technical expertise is a must. Business analyst, business acumen, market research, it is a must for him. Similarly, market outreach and all, market research is a must. Networking, collaboration is very much required. Even for a business analyst, sometimes the network also is required. And IP legal expert, IP expertise, somebody should have, or you can contact from outside. So, these are the competencies required. I think we will stop here, it is already 12 o'clock, and that is all, and you can just go through, because since in YouTube I will just show my this is my number, the last slide you can see, and this is my email address, and anybody wants, and this is my LinkedIn. So, you can contact and we will see, and see you next time. So, there we will cover many more things. Thank you.